Frank, it's our very first time to meet because you're in this new NBC series, Moving On. But you said as you sat down there, gee, I've had such a great year. What's been so great about this year?
Well, in the beginning it was a good year because I didn't do any television. I went for 6 or 7 months without a job, and
now, Frank, wait a minute. Are you going to sit here and here you're going to be in this series?
But this has a happy ending.
Oh, all right, okay.
I mean, you have to give it a heavy beginning so it'll sound good when you get to the end.
All right.
And, I mean, well, I won't go back to November '72. That's not really, which is election time. I won't get into the political side of it, but then around August, a guy I know, he was running a theater, and he called me, and he asked me to be in the Seagull, a Chekhov play. And so I worked on that for a couple of months. We played it for a few weeks, and we rehearsed it for 5 weeks. And I worked with some great people in it, Irene Daly and Cara Duff McCormick, and some, you know. And that's the kind of thing that excites me, you know. I didn't make any money, but I felt like I was getting back into the kind of thing that I enjoy. And while I was doing that, I got an invitation to be in a D.H. Lawrence play in New Haven, Connecticut. And it was called The Widowing of Mrs. Holroyd. It's a play about a mining town about 1910 in England. It's very similar to Lawrence's own background, and so I worked on that for another 8 weeks in New Haven this time. So that took me right up till the new year, and then with a little lapse after that, I did the pilot for this thing, which, strange to tell, sold, and here we are. So I'm pretty happy because, at least about my work, because actors, many actors, I wouldn't say all actors, but I think many actors would like to have it both ways, would like to be able to do the television and this commercial kind of, you know, the good money-earning work, let's face it, folks, as well as the theater and the stuff that really gives you pleasure, I don't know, I guess I should say as an artist, and so that's why I'm happy. That's why it's been a good year. I had a terrible slow start, and then about August of last year it started to get moving. I don't know if that means anything to the public, but I just thought I'd give you an insight about kind of, you know, what you go through and what I went through.
I think what it says is that you have the best of both worlds now.
For a split second here, yeah. And also there was another little bonbon. The Lawrence play was then done on public television, and I forget when it aired, but you know, those public TV shows keep coming back to haunt us, and I'm sure people will see it eventually. And so that too was very gratifying. I think I had a fine experience because the stage director worked with the television director, and this was a tape, not a film situation. And it was a very unique meeting of talents. This doesn't usually happen, but I mean, it wasn't just a consultation. There was a real 50-50 sharing between the man who had done the stage work and the man who was doing the camera work for TV. I'm sorry, I've monopolized everything.
And that's fine. You're supposed to do the talking. That's the way we play the game.
You must be careful with me. I'm known to some of my friends as motor mouth, so you gotta watch me.
Frank, one of the things I want to ask you about is this series, Moving On, is going to be shot all over the country, they tell us.
Yeah, we're going to start, now I have just gotten the itinerary lately, so I may be faulty in this, but we start in Oregon. I think we have 2 spots there, one in Astoria and then Portland, and then we move southeast towards Vegas. That'll take us till November, so we're stopping in about 4 or 5 other cities. And I don't know how many shows we'll do in each city. It depends on the scripts, maybe 2, maybe 3 shows in each place.
Do you know whether or not you'll be coming to Texas?
I don't, but I know we won't on this first swing. We only get as far south as Vegas, and then if there's a pickup That is after the first 15 episodes. That's what I'm talking about, the first 15 shows. And if there's a pickup, then then they may go further south to Arizona, New Mexico, or maybe Texas, something like that.
What will this do now with your family life? Will you be able to take them along?
It will screw it up.
I would think so.
I am taking them along for a while. Of course, when it gets to be school time, there's going to be a little hassle.
Now, how many children have you?
2. They're teenagers, or just teenagers. My daughter is 13, and her brother is 14. He's here now, and she's going to camp. He and his mother are here now.
So then when school time comes, then they have to come back and go to school?
Yeah, they go to school in the East, and I don't know whether we're going to sacrifice this or not. I'm not sure how we're going to handle it. I don't want to say it on public. The truant authorities may be after me.
Well, let's hope that you stay one step ahead of the law.
Yeah, right.
Well,
One step ahead of the law, and one step ahead of the Nielsen's, right? At the same
very
time.
good. We couldn't wish you better.
Well,
Frank,
thank you.
Thanks for talking with us
Okay.
today.
Glad to meet you.